Hi, I'm Shivani from Design Research Team at Tata Consultancy Services. Our research topic for which I'm presenting is CraftChange, a behavior progression framework and its evaluation in a service design case study following Quasi participatory approach. Human behavior and practices are at the root of sustainability concerns. One of the key aspects of designing for sustainability involves a clear understanding of how humans behave. Be it a product or a service, the way people perceive them towards environment dictates the actions they take. Design affects human behavior. Just a simple example could be how availability and usability of dustbins affect whether people throw trash in the bin or not. Designers can consciously design products, services, and spaces in such a way that it facilitates the intended desirable change in users' behavior. Service design can facilitate a practical outlook to behavior change through its product service systems. It allows orchestration of events, situations, and people in a holistic manner. Instead of a user just interacting with a product or an object, she actually embarks a journey through the product, which creates a value for the user. Services consider many factors, like how will the user come across this product, what will make her use this, how will she feel while on the journey, and so forth. Carefully designed services take a user through an orchestrated journey of various experiences. End goal of a design service is to make the overall experience of the consumer as smooth as possible. Service design aims at achieving goals and desirable experiences of different stakeholders, be it service providers or end users or facilitators. It creates value for the users as well as the stakeholders. Context is a key factor to be considered during service design. Understanding the current trends of technology, society are a part of understanding the context. It is essential to understand the behavioral aspects of the humans involved in providing the service and those using the service. Service design holds the capability to take a user through a journey of behavior changing experiences. A user can be at a behavioral state, and with some design experiences, she can achieve the desired behavioral state. There is an ample of behavioral theories, principles, and models from behavioral sciences that could inform design interventions. But service designers need actionable guidance to design interventions for a progressive behavior change of users. We present CraftChange framework that allows a designer to combine the capabilities of service design with behavioral progression. The framework aims to change a user's behavior in a progressive fashion as she continues the service journey. Let us take an example: cessation of smoking. How do you take a smoker and convert him to a non-smoker? It is not a simple one-step process. Will builds or breaks. Awareness is acknowledged or ignored. But if the person is taken through a series of carefully selected steps over a period of time, then she can not only quit smoking but also refrain from smoking any further, thus sustaining her behavior of not smoking. So the model shows the progression as follows. The user's state is unaware, meaning she does not know smoking is harmful. She can be aware, but she can be disengaged with the desired behavior of not smoking. She could be ready to perform, but has not performed yet. She might have performed once. She could be maintaining the habit of not smoking for most of the time. And the last stage of the progression model is sustaining. She should sustain the behavior of not smoking all the time. Once that is achieved, she should also advocate this behavior to others and be able to guide them through the process. Now this behavioral journey could be mapped for all the stakeholders. Empathy Square, which is part of the CraftChange framework, helps in ensuring that concerns of all the stakeholders are addressed through your design. One can start with any one node and move in any direction until all the nodes are covered. For instance, we need to design a digital learning service for an organization's employees with the aim of encouraging them to learn continually. For this, we start with the service user node of the empathy square, that is, employees of the organization. We design interventions for the employees. At the same time, we also need to understand organization's perspective. For example, what are the organization gains if employees focus on learning? Similarly, we must also understand the role and concerns of organization staff, that is, human touchpoints of the learning service, who support employees to learn. We should also consider the impact of the service on society and environment in any way. This way, the square helps us to understand the concerns of these four stakeholders and arrive at a balanced service design solution for any kind of problem. In order to test the usefulness of the empathy square and the CraftChange framework, we conducted a workshop aiming at evaluation of effectiveness of the CraftChange framework in generating new service concepts. For this evaluation, we chose to solve an active problem as encouraging proactive and continual digital learning in multicultural organization setting. The identified problem statement for the workshop was based on how people with diverse backgrounds within a large IT organization have various learning challenges. Understanding the current context and user research helped us in finding the key observations. Some of the commonly observed challenges are an abundance of unutilized learning initiatives in the organization. Employees do not learn on a continual basis. Such initiatives are treated as more of a compliance to organization norms than being self-motivated to learn. Lack of dedicating time due to irregular work schedule. Employees generally overlook growth opportunities that could be achieved through continuous learning. Current behavior reflects that these learning challenges affects an employee's performance and their interactions with clients, which is why there is a need to build an agile and proactive learning space that enables employees to improve their productivity. The target behavior to achieve must comprise of agility, proactiveness, periodic learning, and large pool of knowledge base that accumulates to build a learning culture within the organization. The target behavior has scope to contribute in building effective client interactions, ownership of work within employees, cultural sensitivity, and an agile behavior. The workshop was led by a quasi-participatory approach, wherein the participants were divided into two groups, A and B, comprising of 4 and 5 multidisciplinary participants. Participants were designers, design researchers, behavioral scientists, and technology developers. Each group had an assigned facilitator cum observer along with a common mentor. The participants were also the user of the design service. The workshop begins with an introduction session about service design and briefing session for the domain and problem familiarization. Group A and B began with separate ideation session to build service concepts on the given problem. The consensus from both the sessions led to idea detailing, offline reviews, and further detailing in an iterative process. The methodology followed to conduct the workshop was divided into 3 phases. Phase 1, that is idea generation, was an application of empathy square model, ignite cards for behavior concepts, and ideation canvas to refer to the behavior stage. Phase 2, that is idea interlinking, was done through idea linking canvas, clustering of ideas, and refinement of ideas through challenge cards. Phase 3, that is idea detailing, involved the usage of idea detailing canvas along with enrichment cards to create key concepts for service design. With this workshop, some new interesting concepts were crafted like learning lab, learning with partners, and intelligent learning content design and delivery. CraftChange framework, which includes multiple canvases and design enabler cards, is a work under progress and it will be published shortly. During the workshop, feedback about the usage of the framework process, cards, canvases, etc. was collected from the participants at certain key stages. The two observers of group A and B had also noted down their observations during the workshop. It was observed that problem was seen through the lens of service, experience and behavior change. Moreover, the empathy square addressed the concerns of different stakeholders. It was interesting to note that non-designers collectively generated 100 plus ideas within a span of 2 hours, leading to detailed service concepts towards the end of the workshop. The constant focus on behavior progression stages enabled the participants to lead to sustained behavioral change within their designed user journeys. We also got some further improvements. It was inferred that the process of problem familiarization had to speed up for effective time management. A few minor changes in visual and content of the cards were also suggested, which led to some modifications in the cards further. To conclude the study, the CraftChange Behavior Progression Framework was a great learning experience. It was proven as an effective approach to generate diverse ideas with service concept detailing, enabling teams to craft sustained behavioral change. It helped participants to understand and apply the behavior change concepts. The workshop led to a structurally guided process allowing participants to think of ideas from a specific mental state of the user to a sustainable one. Like previously mentioned, the empathy square guided participants to think from all stakeholders' perspectives. Furthermore, we aim at applying and evaluating this framework for solving varied problems within the public and private sector. Thank you.